Imagine you are closing your eyes on a bright summer's day. You can feel the glorious heat of the sun on your skin. You are completely cocooned in warmth and light. You are content and at peace, in tune with nature. You are one with divine creation. You rest for a while, knowing bliss, knowing silence, knowing the source from which all motion springs. You then reflect that to move away from this point of stillness would make you appreciate it even more. It would take you away from your reference point, would give you the experience of difference, and you would develop a meaningful relationship to the reference point, as opposed to being continually surrounded by its beauty and eternal repose and wisdom. You reflect that to forget and then to remember the point of reference would be a joyful journey capable of inspiring others on their journey, for whom the reference point is perhaps just a naive and pleasant but unreal dream. And so, like a tree trunk creating new layers, pass through ever-increasing circles of your own making, which take you further away from the reference point, but which are compassed by the reference point, as it remains at the very centre of all circles. Your decision to step away temporarily from the reference point of all creation is taken. You take the opportunity to enter the physical. As a soul entering a physical body, still are you surrounded by a protective shield of fluid warmth. Still are all your needs provided for, and still your eyes are closed. You may perceive laughter. You may perceive tears, for both will rock you in the watery idyll inside the one you will call your mother. But you are not yet initiated into the circle which starts outside the womb. When you feel the regular pulsation around you growing ever stronger as you are pushed out into the next circle of experience, you become heavy, separate, cold, helpless. You cry to attract attention. You love spontaneously. You love instantly. You still retain the memory of the one creation where love is all and everywhere. Now you are sometimes left unsupported. You are no longer nourished instantly, but at regular intervals. You cannot move fast. You try, but then you must sleep to recover from your exertion. Your determination is staggering. You will ever try again to stand. Your curiosity knows no bounds. You will turn your hand to every stranger. You will believe everything you are told. You believe in a happy and friendly world where nothing is to be feared. But you are devastated when, for reasons of lack, impatience or danger, you are told no. You are forced to reassess, readdress, react, restrain, and retract. Sometimes you repeat and sometimes you retreat. You may choose to repeat one time and then retreat. You may choose to repeat 100 times, or you may choose to retreat without trying. You try to survive. You develop strategies to deal with the imperfections facing you. You develop creativity, ingenuity, and flexibility during this journey. If you look upon each situation anew, if you step into a bigger circle to experiment further. In the next circle, you may experiment with friendship or loss, risk or complacency, goals or resignation, compliance or refusal to cooperate, love or jealousy, patience or impatience. If you are not too busy, if you listen closely, you may hear the voice of peace and beauty calling from the other side of the wall, calling you into the next circle of experience. You may decide to vacate your present circle or position or activity or relationship for respite in the hallowed walls of a sacred circle, a sanctuary which reminds you of the source from whence you came. Such a sojourn of time out may strengthen you in your search, in your vocation, in your contribution to aligning your world with what you have remembered as being ideal. So where do you find yourselves at present, beloveds? Can you move from one circle to the next with ease? Or do you move slowly with regret, constantly looking behind you? Or do you move with grace and in anticipation of new and joyful experiences? Do you feel the glow of creation within you, which lights and lightens each experience, and which brightens all colours on your way? Do you shout your truth, or do you display it through your actions? When you are pressed against a wall, do you return hurriedly to the old circle, or do you seek a new one? Do you vacillate between extremes? I will emancipate myself fully, followed by, there is nothing I can do. Do you clean your mental windows? Do you close your mental shutters when the light is too bright, or when the truth is too much to bear? Do you close your mind to unpleasant facts? Can you bring back life to dormant desires? Can you recognize decay? Are you observant? Do you see the clouds blown in one direction and then in another? Know that you can decide whether to stay or go, whether to lead or follow, whether to act upon repeated signs of warning or whether to carry on as usual. You may learn to discern, or you may continue to judge everything at face value. Do you see the unseen as well as the seen? Do you see what is hidden as well as what is disclosed? Are you aware that your limitations, as you perceive them, can always be broken? Are you moving forward, or do you automatically retreat in self-protection? You may question or continue to accept. You may stagnate or you may grow. All is choice. You may live or you may die, for this is what death is, the decision to terminate growth on the spiritual plane, which is reflected in the demise of the body on the physical plane. And when you reach this, your final circle, are you passive and resigned and without hope, or are you still racing around with horns blasting in search of the ultimate external excitement, attempting to distract yourselves from the fear of not knowing what lies behind the final wall? Or have you learnt to look back reflectively, gathering up your experience and gift it to others? Are you still struggling, or are you secure in your knowledge that you are returning to your source? Have you developed spiritual maturity, constant hope, trust, decisiveness, radiance, regeneration, sacred love, new consciousness, the search for truth, humility, communion with nature, joy, pure emotions, mastery over fear, serenity, strength, cleansing, cooperation, inner calm, clarity, creativity, compassion, universal wisdom, meditation, release, transformation, harmony, thought creation. Have you grown your tree of life? Have you developed unconditional love? And so your circles develop. They are endless until you decide, consciously or subconsciously, that the lesson is learned and that your experience of separation is complete. Then will you step again into the golden yellow light of divine creation, back to the reference point from whence you came.